Welcome back to Hurley's Hobbies. Today we're going to continue on Balsa USA quarter scale Cub. Let's get a building. All right, now we got to add this piece in here. This is a 9/16, 9/16, just over ½ inch thick, 2.5 wide, 9 inches long. And this has to go in here. I'm going to center the back, find the middle, center the back, and then I'll mark the sides. So then I can cut the taper to it because I don't want to have to worry about cutting it later. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, we got the rudder mounted, and next we got to do the stabilizer. We got to cut this little piece out of here before we put the stabilizer in there. And then I did put my 1, 2, 3 blocks in here. I put 5 of them. They're just sitting right here. And I had those in there when I mounted it. You saw me how I put the 2 squares together. Put a 1/4 by 1/4 on there and taped it in 2 spots, so then it was the same thickness to get it square. Got it square this way. And so now next I want to mount a servo in here somewhere for the elevator. I want to mount that before I put the stabilizer in, so then it'll be easier to get in there. And then I just got to make sure it's high enough so my pole will come through there from here and come through. So it's probably going to be on the high side of this. So that's next. All right. First of all, I have a string or fishing line on here pinned in the center. I put a little mark on it. I started on the one side, marked it that way, went over, measured this side. Make sure you try to pull it at the same time. This is a little bit heavier, so and just keep going back and forth until you get it where you like it. And then I also take a tape measure, stick it right in there, check it that way, stick it in there, and check it that way. Alright, I still have my fishing line on here. We got a little dot right here. Check that side. Check that side. Right there. And I also check this way. Check the middle. Check this side. Make sure you're leaving your, when you're doing it, your square on the table. I added a little bit of weight to this side because I sanded down the bottom to get it because it was leaning up. So I sanded it down so it's nice and flat. And then I got the weight on there to hold it down. So right now I'm going to go along it. I might pull this down, the top down a little bit just to get it a little tighter. Right now it's perfectly square with the back. I did have to round out the front a little bit to move it forward. And I just used this little round piece of sandpaper on a dowel and rounded it out so I could push it forward. I used this other piece of wood, just a scrap piece of wood, put a piece of sandpaper on it, get in there and clean those up. And then I had to sand a little bit more on this side to get it to lean, like I said. So I'm gonna double check everything once more, and then we'll get back to get the glue in it. I'm gonna let that set for a little bit to make sure it's where I'm supposed to be. While I'm doing it, I'm gonna double check one more time. Good, good. I double checked everything again before I flipped it over. Did have my 1, 2, 3 blocks in the front as weight to hold it up because now it's heavier in the tail. It wants to fall down. So now I'm gonna glue the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna get my tail wheel mounted, get the blind nuts in. This is a Hanger 9 X Cub 60cc size, and that's the number for it. It is really beefy, that's how I could say. It might be, I might have went a little overkill on it. I'm a little worried about the weight of it, even though it's aluminum. It had 2 extra of these in there, and I took them out and only left 1. to get rid of this weight. They come with the nuts. It did not come with blind nuts though. But I buy blind nuts off Amazon. These are 3mm to 8mm, and I just get them off Amazon. And it comes with the tail piece. This piece right here is actually pretty heavy too. So if I end up using that, I'm gonna have to sand it down and take some of the weight off of it. It comes with the springs and everything. So, but right now I'm gonna get that mounted. Um, get the blind nuts in. So I'm going more for like Alaska bush plane. That's why I went with a bigger tire, heavier tire. But I'm just saying this does have some weight to it. So, well, we're gonna get these. I got it marked. I've got a center line here, from the center down here, made a line this way. So I got the center. I need to drill a couple holes. All right, I got the tail wheel mounted, and if you can see, before I put this on, I actually put a servo in there to mount my servo in it. Next, we gotta put these cabin ribs in. They go inside of here, so you have to drill this hole out. I already did this side. I already did that side. I gotta do this side. They actually give you 4 of these, but they only say to use 2. I'm just gonna stick with 2 for now. I could always add 1 later if I want. But we gotta get this drilled out with a 3/8 drill bit. That's what I'm gonna do now, so I don't blow the back out. All right, that's gonna do it for this one. You guys like what you're seeing? Please subscribe, hit that little bell. Please like and comment if you would, please. Um, we all learn, so maybe if you guys know something I'm doing and maybe I can do a little better, leave it in the comment, please.